wanted to share how many different kinds of glue there are out there.
Yes.
And do a project with hot glue. I mean, everybody thinks hot glue just to stick.
Have an issue here.
Hi, my name is Adeina, and I'm addicted to glue.
Welcome to Talking with Teri TV. I'm your host, Teri Cardula. On today's episode, we're going to do one of my absolute favorite things, crafting. Yes, I love to craft. It's something that gives me so much joy. So I'm always looking for new ideas. That's why I invited a crafting expert to the show to help us get our craft on. Welcome, Adeina Anderson, owner and creator of the Creative Lifestyle with Adeina. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. And look at this, Yes. You're like speaking my language. Off the air, I was telling you, I have a mini Michael's in our basement. So this kind of feels, it's probably a little bit more organized than my basement, but I'm excited.
It's funny when you want to craft and you're like, oh, I need to go to the craft store, but wait, let me go check. And then you end up having everything you need.
This is true. But I don't do the first step, which is checking what I already have.
I kind of have that problem too. Yeah, which is why I have so much stuff.
That's right. Okay. So you've brought some crafts for us today. I'm excited to dive in, especially with being here in, the spring and summer months. It looks like we have some lanterns that we're making.
We do. And what's great about these is you can use these throughout the year. So you could use them for spring and summer on your patio, but you could also decorate them for the holidays. Add different lights, add different, leaves or, Christmas things. However you want to use them, you can use them throughout the year.
This is how a crafter thinks, okay? This is how a crafter thinks. Okay, love it.
Make once, utilize throughout the year.
Yes, love it. Okay.
So this is really simple. These are glue dots, and technically they're glue strips. Okay. Glue dots are one of my absolute favorite things to use. I always carry them. Sometimes I even have them in my purse because you never know when you need to glue something, right?
Yes.
And they're just little strips like this. And you're just going to grab any kind of mason jar, ball jar, whatever you have. You could even use an old pickle jar if you don't want to spend the money buying jars. Just eat the pickles and use the jar. And you're going to start at the top. And what's great about this is you can go all the way down.
Oh, that's smart.
And then you just peel it up. So then you already have your strips.
That's brilliant.
Done. Look, I say that and then it won't come up. Like that.
Perfect.
And then you just take your twine here. Now, I doubled up on my twine just because the strips are kind of thick. But you could also buy thicker twine if you want.
Yeah.
And I've cut these, but you can cut them to whatever length you need, which is why I have our scissors, because you never know. Mm-hmm. So start your glue, and then you're just going to put your twine. Now, what I did is I glued all of it, and then I went back, but it kind of depends on how you want to do it. If you like to do each one as you go, or do it all and then put your twine. And you don't need to have glue on every part of the jar because the twine's going to stick. And then you just take your scissors and you cut, and look how simple that was.
Oh my gosh, that was really simple. Yes. Now off air, I was getting ready to pull this off and you said there's a great hack, and I was like, oh my gosh, you got to share that, because like these, when you pull them off,
see what happens.
Like, not good. Not good.
Wah.
Not wah. But what is your hack for this?
So if you have a heat gun, it's great. If not, you can use a hair dryer and just put it on there for about 2 minutes. It melts that glue underneath, and you just peel it right off. It's very simple.
That is so yummy.
But if you do peel it off and you end up with that icky, just get a little alcohol swab, and that'll come off with alcohol.
Oh, I love it. Okay.
Simple tip.
Did you go at the top? Did you go at the very
So I started at the top.
Perfect.
But you don't have to go all the way, because we're going to also go around with some twine for a little decoration at the top. So don't worry if it looks kind of unfinished at the top.
That was. That's fun. I love that. That's
easy,
really,
right?
That's really brilliant, actually. Okay.
You could even do like a little crafting party with this and have everything set up and have it on the table for everybody to do.
Okay.
And however far you want to put it apart is up to you. On the two I did there, I kind of got lucky with this one because it already kind of gauged me to where to separate it. But the other one, I just kind of eyeballed it. I'm not a measuring girl.
Okay.
I don't.
You know what? I'm gonna go this way.
See, there you go. Yes, definitely make it however you want. And you can also use regular candles inside here, or you could use those little battery operated ones, or like we have there, you have the twinkle lights that you can put the battery operated.
Twinkle lights that I thought was so cute. I'm actually gonna. This would go perfect for a little patio oasis this summer.
See?
Yes. Okay. I love it.
And another tip is you could use, during the summer months, use those citronella candles and make it a little mosquito getter.
I need one. I just redid our patio last weekend, and brilliant. Okay, I'm doing it. I'm on it.
Repurpose, reuse. That's what I'm
That's
about.
right.
Yes.
I love it. Okay, I love this. Okay, so we're back. Okay, so we have finished up. Now we're at what's the next stage here?
So then you're going to take the glue strips and go all the way around the top.
Okay.
And that's how you kind of finish it off. And then you just put your twine all the way around.
So finished.
And the reason, what I was talking about earlier, is the reason you want to use glue dots and not hot glue to do this is because if you have it outside and it's hot out, the glue will just melt. My mom made a wreath one time, and she lives in Colorado, and the sun hit it, and she came home from work, and all the little things were on the ground.
I guess I never thought about that. Like, I don't think I guess I don't use hot.
Well, then you won't burn your fingers
I guess I don't craft outside. You know what? This is opening up to a whole new world of possibilities because I guess I have not crafted out for outdoor stuff.
Yes, and this will stay
with me?
outside. I mean, these glue dots are pretty strong, and it will last for quite a while. And if one pops off, then you can, just add another glue dot. And if you're like me and you're kind of like one of those perfectionist kind of people, if your glue's kind of outside, just kind of take your fingernail and go like this and push it, and then put your twine over, and it'll hide that.
Okay. Wow, I'm like opening up to this concept of I know you're like infatuated with glue. I'm starting to like you're starting to introduce me over to this world, and I'm loving it.
There's so much glue, and there's so many different things you can do with different kinds of glue, and you can mix glues with each other, and just oh my gosh, there's so much you can do.
It's just, I will tell you, like this guy right here is my favorite little invention. Like, I mean, it's top 5 inventions for me. Like seriously,
I
it's
agree.
a game changer. It's like this little rolly glue. It's kind of like
it's like those, but thinner.
But thinner, and then you can. And I call this. I have nicknamed this my zippy.
I love it.
And I'm always like, "Where's my zippy?" And like my family and I have like literally 2 at one office, 3 at the house.
Oh, it's perfect.
But I'm always like, "Where's my zippy?" Okay, so I'm finishing this up. And then I'm going to wrap these around.
Wrap the twine, and then you'll do the same thing at the bottom. And you can get this twine at any craft store. I've even seen it at the grocery store. And it comes in different sizes. I bought one that was about this big, and that finally used it, I think, after like 5 years. And you can put as much, maybe you want to layer it, 3 pieces of twine or 1 piece or 4, however you want to do it.
We're not putting lids or anything on this, are we?
No, I don't. But that is a really cute thing is you could put a lid on it, and it can do a hanging thing, and it can hang.
Adorbs. Okay, you know what? I think after we're done, I think I'm going to take it all the way up.
How pretty would that be, right?
I think I'm going to do it. Okay. All right. Okay. And then you do this at the bottoms too.
And then you do it at the bottom, correct.
Okay.
And you can put as much at the bottom as you want. Like that one, I think I have 3 or 4.
Oh, yeah.
This one I have, I think, just 2. You could put it all the way up. You could put some in the middle. I mean, this is your design. This is your project. Create it however you want. And then if you don't like it, just peel it off. The glue dots come off. So
I love it. It's so reversible. And I love it. Okay. All right, we're going to take a quick break here from our amazing sponsor, and then we're going to be back with more crafting ideas with Adeina.
I'm Jeffery Bowling, owner and jewelry designer at Jeffery B Jewelers, Denver's #1 jewelry design studio. And the reason why we're #1 is because of our 3D custom jewelry design. We can show you what your piece is going to look like way before the end product. And this is going to give you the comfort of knowing you get exactly what you want.
He took me over to the computer and we started drawing up exactly what I wanted. And I told my husband, I'm like, Jeffery B is the person we're going to use.
And the other reason is that all of our gold and our diamonds are ethically sourced. So when you're ready to make that proposal, when you're ready for that legacy piece, go to jefferyb.com and make an appointment. Because when it's love, it's Jeffery B.
And we're back, and look at my cute little craft. Now, here's the thing. In all honesty, Adeina had said, I always want to start my crafts at the same place, so there's a back and a front, and I was in the moment, and I didn't do that, right? So my back on the top ends here. So guess what, folks? I just threw it on a flower, and we corrected that.
I love it. And you can even change that up for the holidays. Throw a leaf on there, throw a poinsettia on there, however you want to do it.
Pine cone,
Right. There's so much you can do.
Unlimited possibilities. Okay, so fabulous craft. And now we're going to move into a gluing, what do you call it? A glue montage.
So I wanted to share how many different kinds of glue there are out there.
Yes.
And do a project with hot glue. I mean, everybody thinks hot glue just to stick.
Have an issue here.
Hi, my name is Adeina, and I'm addicted to glue.
Okay. So yes. So tell us about these glues, and we're gonna do a glue stick
So this is a little glue
A
stick.
hot glue project.
Correct, yes. And this is something that's really simple and easy. And you could do it, I have all different sizes here. And you could put it in your bathroom to put your cotton balls in. You could put it in the kitchen to put little trinkets in. You could put it in a guest bedroom with maybe some little, bath things for a guest that comes by to stay. So it's a simple project that you can make under $5.
Yeah. I love it.
Simple, easy, yes. And so what we're going to use, I got this Sure Bonder. I had to share this with you. How many times have you glued with a glue stick and then you run out of glue? And then you're like scrambling and you're trying to stick the next one in? Check this thing out. This has got to be the longest glue stick.
Oh my gosh. Like this is like a crafter's dream come true. Like, right?
Right? Oh my gosh. This seriously, I love this.
What will you think of next?
I know. So you just go ahead and stick this thing in. And I was a little afraid that it was going to be hard to use, but it doesn't. It doesn't weigh it down too much.
Oh my gosh, that's hysterical.
Yes. So for your project, I'm going to have you start while I start talking about some of these.
Okay.
And you could use, this is a paper mache, this one is a paper mache box. You can get these at any craft store. You could paint the inside. You don't have to paint the inside, whatever you want to do. I'm just using acrylic paint on here. This is a wooden box. I actually had these in my house, so I just grabbed them and put them together. You could take old boxes that you have, paint them, and do this project. And, talking about the glue sticks here, this is so cool. Look, they have fabric glue sticks.
What?
They have this glue pot. This
that's hysterical.
It's going to be my new best friend.
And it's you said it was like, it doesn't have a cord, right?
Well, this one actually is the cordless. So it charges.
Oh, okay.
But then
oh my gosh,
once it's charged, you can use it.
Oh my gosh, that's hysterical. But yeah, like you're like take a pot, like like a glue pot.
You could dip things in. You could like the pine cone we were talking about earlier.
Like you're out camping, you're like, like let's bring the the hot pot and let's like do some pine
Make some
cones
crafts, right?
and bring some bird seed and we'll make a little craft.
I love it. Yes. And then you know what? In the early days when I was crafting, styrofoam was the hardest thing because most of the glues you would use would melt the styrofoam.
Yes.
So this is actually made for styrofoam. This is just a general craft glue. This is a great one. You said you like scrapbooking. This is a really good one for scrapbooking.
I've not scrapbooked in a hot minute. But
yeah, well,
I've gone electronic now. And,
oh my gosh, right? Everybody has. Oh, there's some fun stuff in there. What do we got in there?
You want to know?
I don't know. Oh, it's a homework box.
It's a homework box. I'm just saying. It's a
you
homework
can see
box.
I found this one in my son's bedroom, right?
I love it. But it's a great purpose, again, a great point of like repurposing stuff, right?
Yes, I always repurpose if I can. Now, I wanted to point out this E6000, this is probably my second favorite glue. And you can mix this with hot glue when you're doing something with glass because hot glue doesn't hold glass really well together.
This is
but
true.
if you hot glue first and then put some E6000 or vice versa, that will hold it because E6000 takes about 24 hours to dry. Another tip on the E6000, make sure that you have ventilation because it is a little toxic smelling. So don't do it in the closet.
Don't, yes.
I love it.
Glue responsibly.
Glue responsibly, that's right, yes. And I'm going to start on this one while you're finishing painting. But all you're going to do, this is your design. This is your craft. Make whatever swirly circles, whatever you want to do. Even in this one, I kind of messed up in the middle, but I'm going to show you how that's actually going to turn out really pretty when you're done. Okay. So you're just going to kind of take it like so. You're going to just kind of do your little design that you want to do. And one tip I will give you, do not, once you've done it, don't like tilt it and do kinds of, because the glue will run until it's dry. So you just kind of want to do, I'm going to let you have fun with this.
Okay. All right.
With the Mongo glue.
Mongo.
Think about how many projects you can do with this glue gun.
I know, right? Oh my goodness. I love the little like dots. I'm like a daughter.
I love it.
Steady hand, steady hand.
Well, that's like I was saying, this one I kind of messed up a couple things on it, but once we put the rub and buff, which I'm going to show you that is another favorite thing of mine.
I went rogue. I went rogue on the craft in here. I'm like, okay, I'm going to go with lines now.
Now, one cool thing, I'm glad that actually happened. Once it dries, you can take either a paintbrush and go over it like this, and that'll get the little spiders off of there. Or if you have an old toothbrush or whatever, that'll help get the little spiders off. And then once we're doing the rub and buff, it's going to do the same thing.
Yeah, I like this. Okay. No judgment.
It's your design. It's your craft. It's what you want to make. I love that.
Okay.
Perfect.
I'm just creating on from hers. Okay. So, we're finishing gluing. So you glue up.
Yeah,
right?
and you want to make sure that it dries. Give it like an hour or two to dry completely.
So it becomes like this.
Yes.
And then what's our next step here?
So this is the fun part. This is called rub and buff. and it's kind of an antiquing. I know it's an interesting name.
I love this.
And I have had this. This will last you a lifetime. This little bitty $4.99 or $6.99 little thing of Rub and Buff. This is the antique gold. They have gold, they have silver, they have all different colors.
Yes.
And you're just going to take a tiny little, like that much.
Okay.
And then you kind of rub it like so. And now one tip real quick, either wear gloves or just don't get it on your fingers because it will get your fingers gold.
Okay.
So, which I don't mind, I'm a crafter, and you're just gonna kind of go like that.
Oh.
And get your edges. You can smell it. It has like a paint
Well,
smell
I saw
to it.
that you had like this on this. You have like kind of a, and I was like, oh, I wonder how she did that. But
How simple.
Because usually you do the opposite. You take like sandpaper,
Right.
and buff it off. But I love that you're doing it.
Yes,
with
I'm gonna
this
let you do
rub
this. So
with
I
the
have it
rub
like
and
that
buff.
for you.
The rub and buff. Look at this.
How easy. Yeah, and It
Yeah.
will stick. See how pretty now it makes the inside? Even though I thought that was so ugly and I messed it up. The Rub and Buff just like jazzes it up and makes it pretty.
I love this. Now you could do different colors, obviously. Now you're picking black and gold, which I love gold. Don't get me wrong. We're gonna do it with the Rub and Buff golds, okay? We're gonna be, interesting enough, some of the things that are on our set, I've actually crafted.
I love
and
that. That makes me
painted
so
and stuff.
happy. I love it.
Oh, so okay, here we go. All right.
Yeah, so I've done some
That
with
was so
maroon and
fast.
silver, blue
That
and
was so
silver, like
fast.
just different colors, different. I mean, these are great holiday gifts. These are great for birthday gifts. You could fill it with little candies. I mean, this is a really simple, inexpensive project that you can use as a gift or something to decorate your home.
I love this. Beautiful. I love this. Okay, so we have one last easy peasy craft, and it's decoupage, right?
Yes, yes.
so
And
let's
decoupage is probably one of the easiest things that scares everybody. I personally don't think you can mess up decoupage. Some people don't like wrinkles. I don't care about the wrinkles. We all got wrinkles, right?
Okay, so unpack this for us, and how can we use this at our home?
So you could use, this is really more to show the process, but what's really cool about these little, they're like canvases, they're little flat canvases. You could use them for a matting for a photo in a picture frame, or you could just decorate them for each season, add different tissue paper each time, make layers of different colors or however you want to do it. But it was more to show just kind of the process because decoupage tends to scare people. I don't know why.
I don't either.
But they just kind of like, oh my gosh, I'm going to mess it up. It's decoupage. I mean, you can't mess it up.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
You can't. But there are two different kinds. I mean, there's actually quite a few different kinds. They have fabric decoupage. They have dishwasher safe decoupage. They have all kinds. But I just brought the matte and the gloss.
Who knew this?
I know. And you can tell I've used these quite a bit because they're broken lids and, whatever.
So really with this is just like tissue paper.
It's just tissue paper. You can use fabric. You could actually decoupage a picture right onto here. I mean, decoupage is a really cool process that you can use for so many different things. And one tip I'm going to give, if it's bigger than this, you want to do it in sections.
Yes.
This isn't horribly big because decoupage dries really quick.
Yes.
If you're using something thick, you want to decoupage the item and the back side of the item. But this is tissue paper, so it's thin, so it's not a problem. So you're going to go ahead and decoupage the canvas first. And don't be shy with your decoupage. Make sure.
Be very...
See there how easy and simple that is. And I like to use the sponge brushes, but you can use just a regular painter's brush too if you want. And what's cool about decoupage when you're using paper onto it is that you can kind of flatten it out, but don't pull it too much because it will rip the paper.
Oh, yes.
So, but again, you can't really mess it up. Just cover it with another piece of paper.
Okay.
You're good. Set it down here.
Okay. And then I didn't do my hand part, but let's do.
That's okay. And again, this is tissue paper. You can see I have like Christmas colors and fall colors and spring colors. So just kind of, I think I got these on Amazon for like $5 for a whole stack of them. Have them in your house. Tissue paper is great to have around for craft projects or if you're wrapping presents or last minute gift ideas. Now, what's cool is look how it's bringing out the color as you're putting it down.
So I think I'm going crooked here, but
that's okay because you cannot mess it up. I mean, you can always cover it with more. But real quick on that note, go ahead and slowly peel it up, and you can see how you can redo it if you wanted to.
Oh, yes. Okay, perfect. Well, I might have to do that. Okay.
I know, I'm kind of a perfectionist sometimes when it comes to, but it's a good thing, right? I mean, you can give, what's cool about the decoupage is you can kind of maneuver it a little bit while it's still wet.
Yes. Okay.
And don't worry about the wrinkles.
What's your tip? Do you do a brush or anything, or am I?
I do, yes. So once you put it down, we're going to brush over it with another coat of decoupage, real softly because it is tissue paper and it could rip. Sometimes you'll want to let it dry first before you go over with your second coat. Wrinkles are good.
We're just gonna.
Now, tip I can give you is take your other canvas and you can kind of go over it like this.
Oh, yeah, that's brilliant.
And
Okay.
flatten it out.
Okay.
Or if you
perfect.
have like a squeegee or an ice remover thing, you can go over that.
Okay.
And you're going to take more time when you're doing it
Oh,
at
yes,
home.
yes,
You know?
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And then when you go over it with the brush, you can also kind of flatten them out a little bit.
There you go. I love it.
Simple.
Okay. Very simple. And you can pick whatever color, whatever theme. I have this wall at home and we change it every season. And then I've always crafted. So I love this idea of getting some
And you can put it in a pretty picture frame and have
or
it
even
up
like
there.
those like geode like colored kinds of things. So big, love it.
Yes. Simple,
Perfect.
easy,
And then you
fun.
can also layer it. So like what you've done, you've
Yeah,
layered
so I
it,
made a
so-
smaller piece and then just kind of layered it.
I love this.
Yay.
Okay, folks, I love to hear your crafting ideas as well. So make sure that you reach out and connect with us. And then Adeina, where can people connect with you?
My website's creativelifestyles.tv, and then you can also find me on all the social media at Adeina Anderson.
Perfect. I love it. As always, be bold, be brave, be fearless, be the magic of you. Massive love to all of you, and we'll see you on the next episode. Thank you for joining me today. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification bell to find out about my upcoming shows. Thank you for tuning in today, and I'll see you next time.